as a reference, and this fire is obviously about a mile west of that. Initially, fire crews from Boulder Fire responded to the scene, and they tied in with Sheriff's Office personnel, Sergeant, and they created a unified command to start responding to this fire. Currently on scene right now, we have agencies from Jamestown Fire Protection District, Boulder Emergency Squad, Boulder County Wildland Fire Management, Jamestown Lions, Boulder Mountain Fire, Left Hand Fire, Sunshine Fire, Boulder Fire, if I didn't mention, Boulder police officers, sheriff's deputies, and Mountain View Fire Rescue. The fire was originally estimated by command to be approximately 2 to 3 acres in size. Since then, the Boulder Emergency Squad has put up a drone above the fire. They've been able to map it out. It's actually more about 1.7, so that's good news. There's no active fire with flames currently. I just got off the phone a short bit ago with our sergeant up at Incident Command, and he's right side by side with the Boulder Fire Chief right now. There's no new flames or anything like that. The fire has not grown outside of where they originally were starting to start fire suppression efforts, and that's good news. We do have evacuation warnings that are still in effect right now, and I'm going to give a generic box description of where that is. So the northern boundary for the evacuation warning is Linden Drive. On the south, it's Sunshine Canyon, and on the east, it's Broadway. On the western boundary, it extends up roughly to about Seven Hills, but does not include the Seven Hills subdivision. So that's a generic box. We encourage everybody to go to BOCOalert, BOCOALERT.org, and people can pull up the information right there. They can get a map of the polygon for the areas that are currently under evacuation warning. And always, anytime that we issue a warning, we always tell people, if you need time to gather your durable medical equipment, or you have medications or things that you need a little extra time, even though we're still things are looking a little bit better right now, we want to make sure people are ready. Make sure you have your things and be ready to go in case that would change. You know, the weather could change at any moment, so we just want people to be prepared for that. If an evacuation order does come out and that would change here in the future, we want people to heed that order and start moving out of the area. I did also get off the phone with our command just a few minutes ago, and just out of an abundance of caution, just so there's clarity out there, there were some door-to-door evacuations done by law enforcement, and that included the neighborhoods, specifically the streets of South Cedarbrook, Boulder View, and Acorn Lane. Deputies did go door-to-door just out of an abundance of caution, and along with Boulder officers to help evacuate people out of those areas. There wasn't an official evacuation order that went out, but that was what they did just to make sure people are aware. And that's a safety thing. It's the middle of the night when this fire came out, and fire is dangerous when people are asleep and not aware. They can't see it, smell it, what's going on, so we wanted to just be extra safe about what we were doing. That's the update that I have for you right now. Fire crews are going to remain on scene. The incident command is just to the west of me here on Hawthorne, almost at the dead end up there. This fire is located basically where Hawthorne ends here at the dead end, and then there's a large ridge and a goat trail. They've named the fire the Goat Trail Fire, and so that is the name that we're going with right now from Incident Command. Do you have any questions for me?
When you get a little daylight,
So there's no active flames right now inside the perimeter of the fire. There are hot spots, is what was described for me, speaking with Sergeant McKinley over the phone. And he's sitting right next to the chief, and they're having discussions back and forth, and that's one of the chiefs from the city of Boulder. And the flames are not really visible right now. They just have hot spots. And even though you may not see flames active right now, you know, fire is in the ground. And that's why they're going to wait for this morning. Later on, they have an intent to bring in air operations. Once the weather permits, daylight comes up, they do plan on having air operations come in and put water on this so we can really get a good dousing of those hot areas.
so is it contained?
There has been no official containment or anything like that. I think it's dark outside right now. They're doing their best efforts to make sure that they got fire crews in place in order to get around that fire. I know they do have crews on both sides of the fire, both on the eastern front and the western front. So, you know, when I say things are looking good, you know, there's no active flames right now. There's just hot spots right now.
And can you put water on the fire up there, or guys going up with the tanks? And, you know,
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't been up there myself, but and I don't want to say something I don't know.
how many people got evacuated?
All
I
right,
don't
so
know
that
what those
was
numbers
a
are for
live
the
update from the Boulder County Sheriff's Office about the Goat Trail fire. Some good news that we just heard. It's about 1.7 acres, no active fire right now. There are still hot spots though, so that's why you're going to still see a lot of firefighters out there, especially with the proximity to homes and a nearby school, and evacuation warnings are still in effect. And even though there was no evacuation order, they actually were going door to door to a couple of people just to make sure they knew what was going on, because this is all happening in the early mornings. People were asleep.
You're talking about, you know, how dangerous a situation like this can be when a fire starts like this so close to homes right in the middle of the night. They did say they plan to have some air operations, getting water dropped on it once the daylight starts breaking for us.